Widow Jane, 10-year. Hi, good morning, campers. I know I promised you a rye bottled and bond run, but we're going to do something a little extra.
What you talking about, Willie?
Before we do our St. Patty. So stick a pin in the rye, because this is the bourbon Neanderthal. Who really cares about rye? I do. I like rye. I do. So we're going to try one that was suggested to us. We tried the entry level. We liked it a lot. And now we're going to try this bad boy. This was suggested to us by our good friend Josh Probst. He really liked it. So we tried. What we did first was we grabbed the Baby Jane. That's kind of my MO. Start low, aim high. And this was actually quite good. I couldn't find a whole lot wrong with it. So we went ahead. We found this Widow Jane 10-year. It's at 91 proof. Found it for a great price, right at $52. This is Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana bourbon bottled by Widow Jane Distillery, which means there is, I'm going to guess, MGP. Maybe some Barton, not sure. This does not include anything in New York like this one did. Because this guy here, New York and Kentucky bourbon. Well, that's okay. That's okay, because we drink a lot of source stuff. We do. We like a lot of source stuff, namely Penelope. Like Penelope a lot. Who else are we digging on? Redwood Empire. They blend a lot of California with, I'm going to assume MGP. A lot of assumptions being made here.
You must never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Open! So, what I'd like to do is I'd like to open the palette up with, let's go a couple of ways here. Let's go a couple of ways. I want to open the palette up, number one, with something a little ways away from the Widow Jane, which means not MGP. So, but I don't want to get anything too proofy because I don't want to completely overpower it. Hey, you'll do. Weller 12. Doesn't get any farther away from MGP than that. Well, actually it's not that far away. This is a 90 proof 12-year-old. This is a 91 proof 10-year-old. We'll see what happens. See what happens.
You see what happens? You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens? This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry.
We're just opening the palate up anyway. It doesn't really count for much. You know, I keep harping on how much I like the Antique 107 and how it's got to be between 100 110 or I'm not going to like it, but that's pretty goddamn good. I'm not even going to get into detail. I'm just going to tell you. It smells fucking amazing.
Oh, smell that here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It's much oakier than a lot of the other Wellers, in my opinion. I'm sure that has to do with the 12-year age statement. For a 90 proofer, it's got a nice little hug. Other than that, you know, it's a sweetie, but it's oaky. So it's what I'm looking for. If it was just a little higher proof, you know, if I could get these two to just make me a little Weller baby.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Somewhere around 100 proof. You wanted that, okay? You could see it in your eyes. If I could just get them to make me a little Weller baby out of those two, right about 100 proof, I'd pay a lot of goddamn money for it because it'd probably be the perfect bottle. Oh, did I hear a blend? What are we thinking, 50-50? 50-50 it is. Stay tuned. We're going to make that happen. Oh, that's nice. God damn, that's nice. That's just happiness. Now, because I don't want to wash this away just yet, I haven't had a sip out of Old George lately. And Old George is getting full. A lot of concrete finishers been in George. A lot of roofers. Well, George, you smell nice. Not at all what I was expecting for what we've been pouring in, George. It's actually kind of woody, dark fruit. Maybe it's not dark fruit. Maybe it's more like a overripe fruit, and definitely picking up some woody notes. My goodness, George. I wish I'd kept track of what all I put in there because, god damn, that's pretty fucking tasty for, you know, several blinds worth of backwash. That is absolutely fucking delicious.
Everything here from a little eye Joe to damn if I know.
Ripe fruit, oaky and char. There's all kinds of shit going on in there because there's all kinds of bourbon in there. If you haven't started your own infinity bottle, You should. Just put the last thimbleful in every time. And then, not every time. If it tastes like shit, don't put it in there. We've been sink pouring a little bit here and there because you can see by, yeah, that's what that's doing to my liver. Yeah, it's great. So, anyways, mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, damn it! All of my all of my tiny glens are. You know what? We're going to use the full size glens. We're not going to use the snifters. So, we're going to start out with a little taste of the Baby Jane, because hopefully it's somewhat on profile with the 10-year. I'm worried if this was finished in small barrels that we're going to get a lot of bitter oak. But man, Josh really recommended this. He said it was thebomb.com. So, and the man's never lied to me before. So, we'll see if my palate coincides with Big Josh's. Now, not to be confused with my other buddy, Big Josh Bean, who was here last night.
How many? Dante! How many dicks have you sucked?
And we sampled, well, pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. At one point, he asked me what I would charge him for rent just to move in right here in the cave, because it was the happiest he'd been in a while. Other buddy from St. Louis, Big Josh Probst, recommended this bottle to me. So we're gonna start out with a little bit of the Baby Jane, because I really like the Baby Jane. Definitely some spice on the Baby Jane. But I also get a little grain. And I like a little grain. Yeah. Definitely some corn on the front that turns into some spiciness. Baking spices. For a 91 proofer, that's got a nice mouthfeel. The corn on it's very sweet. It's just a nice pour. If you like just a little musty corn front, but it's a sweet corn. It's definitely a sweet corn. And that carries through into the oak and the baking spices. It's just nice. It's just nice. Whatever the fuck heirloom corn is pretty tasty, but it's definitely corn. And I like that. Is the heirloom corn the MGP part of this bottle? Could be. Because makes me think of like really, really, really good Rebel. Like that Rebel 6 or the small batch. Some of those Rebel cask strengths or full strengths are really nice, but you still get that little grainy thing to them. But that's nice. Yeah, it's like biting in. There's a little hint of just like biting in. You ever bit a raw ear of sweet corn? Just Makes me think of my childhood. That's good stuff. I definitely like the Baby J. Now, let's see if this is the kind of Scarlett Johansson widow. Or if this is one of those true crime stories where the bitch killed her husband. Huh. Little grape note. And I'm having a little trouble placing it. Hang on. I don't know what that is, but it's nice. There's a little perfume and floral thing. And definitely some oak. I got a little, an initial sniff. I got a little grape. Not grape like wine, grape like Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid.
Hey, Kool-Aid!
This has got a good nose. It's somewhat complex for $50, but it is 10 years old. Let's try her. Bit of a roller coaster. It's not really sweet, but it's very smooth. And then the end, you get a little heat, you get a little hug, which is unexpected for 91 proof, for sure. There's a lot going on there, actually. Hang on. Tiny little sweetness, but there's the oaky, somewhat tanniny bitterness is not. It's not strong. It's just a little hint. There's that hug again. That's a very nice pour. When it hits your mouth, you think, "Oh, that's going to be thick," but then it's not as thick as you initially think, and I don't know how that's done. And it's not watery. It's 91 proof. Little tobacco, little tea, some spiciness. There is a note in there that I cannot put a name to. Hang on. Little mint. That is an interesting little pour. I like that. That is not Rebel. That is something there. That is good. And night and day from the baby. In fact, I don't think she gave birth to this baby. Yeah, I think her husband was long dead before this baby was conceived. I think maybe it was like dropped on her doorstep or. Oh man, that is very, very nice and somewhat complex. It's interesting and tasty, very rich. I'm gonna have to give the old Widow Jane a B plus. Um, the only reason it's not an A something is I'd like to see it a little higher in proof. But man, the finish stays around a minute for 91 proof and no thicker than it really is. The mouthfeel is meh, because it starts out like, oh, fuck, that's pudding. And then now it's really not. But the flavors are just, there is all kinds of flavor in that. I'm actually very impressed with that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Probst. It's a good call. Good call. I like that. That's pretty good. Um, so there may be a bit of a lull between now and our next video. We're gonna get our St. Patty's Day video shot, and then we're probably gonna take a little hiatus because we've got some we got some work to do in here for one. Two, we've got to go to Mississippi, so we'll be filming abroad, not abroad, somewhere else. Anyway, so if you don't see me for a bit and I'm just pumping out shorts, I apologize. But yeah, to the 50 some people that watch my full videos on the regular, I thank you and I'm sorry, but I'll be back. On that note, though, if you haven't already, why don't you tongue punch that like button in the fart box and subscribe? What else is going on? Just talked to our friends at Leavenworth Liquors the other day. That even burps nice. We're going to go back there. They've got some new stuff on the shelves and a new store pick, which we did purchase, and I highly suggest it. It is their Maker's store pick. Now, I know everybody's got a fucking Maker's store pick. We've got Maker's store picks under here that we've never even opened, but this one I tried in the store, and it was fucking good. That was a fucking good pour. And I'm not Mr. Makers. I'm not Lemmy Kilmeister by any stretch of the imagination. But that particular bottle of Makers, I was pretty goddamn fond of. What the hell else we got going on? Lots of stuff. Busy. Between work and filming these, I don't have a whole lot of free time. But this is fun. It's a passion, and I enjoy it immensely. And for you movie buffs, I don't know if you can see my new what replaced the Chainsaw Girl, but if you know who these people are, won't you let me know in the comments? That way I know if you're on my level when it comes to movies. I love that movie. It's a little creepy now that I watch it today, but at the same time, it's also kind of sweet. What else? I don't have much else. I think I've pretty much shot my wad telling you we're going to Mississippi. Yes. So found out that for sure Major Zero is going to be there. Of course, Bruzel's going to be there. Haven't heard anybody else. I mean, I hope a little old fashioned shows up. It'd be a long ways for Whiskey Weather because he's in Ohio, but who knows? But we do know Major Zero is going to be there, and we like Major Zero. If you haven't checked out Major Zero, which I hope you have, check out his content. He's got some really good hunting videos. They're mainly based around where he's from in Tennessee, but sometimes he gets a little further out. He just did a blending battle on a Bruzel video I watched where he, well, came in second, third. Anyway, thanks for playing.